Yeah. My name is Frank from Bad Rescue. You're listening to Brutally Delicious. Oh, Brutally Delicious. Brutally Delicious.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. We're good.
Oh my God, I see a hockey stick back there and
no
a
way.
guitar.
How is that we're going to be on this theme all day?
Hockey, 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 baby.
Hello, hello. I can't hear
you.
No, we can't hear you. I will say, while you don't have a chance to talk, go Isles. Even if you're not an Islander fan.
Is it working now?
I got you now. Yes, yes.
All right. Sorry.
No problem at all. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing wonderful, thanks.
Are you a hockey fan?
Kind of. There is a good ice hockey team in my town, so I follow them.
Cool.
Nice.
Where are you from?
Angers. It's close to Paris. So it's like 2 hours from Paris.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
Cool.
I don't know
This is the first French metal band we've had.
I think so. That's what I was just going to say. I don't think we've had anybody from France on here yet.
Really? Even not Gojira?
Oh,
I
man.
wish.
I've interviewed Joe before.
But not here.
All right.
Not on the podcast.
No.
But I interviewed him. Nice guy. Really nice guy.
Yeah, really nice.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm Bruce. This is my partner, Chris.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Chris, you want to jump in? You want me to take the lead?
You give her, man.
I'm going to take the lead here. So let's just jump right in to talk about Bad Rescue. Now that your debut track, Battering Rain, is out and available to the public, how do you feel about it, and are you satisfied with the outcome?
Well, we're quite happy about the song and the what people think about the song, like our close friend, our family, and people we work with. It's not something big so far, but we're quite happy about it.
I listened to it. I thought it sounded great. Are you guys? You're obviously drop tuned quite a bit. Are you guys like drop A? Is that where you're at?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly.
Wow,
I can see the musician.
Yeah. I'm a musician. Sorry, my studio has turned into a partial doggy puppy daycare because I have a 6-month-old puppy.
All
So
right.
while I work, she has to have a place to kind of play. So,
Right.
but yeah, no, I own a audio software company. I make drum libraries, and I'm very into recording. So
All right.
when I heard the guitars, I was like, it sounds like drop A to me, which is heavy as fuck. And are you guys doing that on 7-string guitars or 6?
6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
Gibson.
On
I've got
Always
Gibsons.
Gibson.
I've got to ask, because I'm not a musician, is drop A, is that like really loose strings?
It depends what kind of string you use. We use like a very big one. So it's kind of loose, but you can still play on it.
Okay, so it's not,
But the Gibson is an interesting choice to do drop A in because the scale is so much shorter than the standard scale.
Yeah. But, for us, it's kind of normal. You just like to find the good strings, and it works perfectly.
Yeah. May I ask what gauge of strings you're using for it?
I think it's for myself, it's a Ernie Ball.
Cool. I'm about to take this Ibanez back here, this Ibanez DT350. I'm about to take it in and get it set up. And I was thinking of using like a 7-string guitar set and just ditching the high E string.
All right, cool.
But I don't know. But I'm glad to hear that it can be done on a 6-string. That makes me
of
happy.
course.
are you talking about drop A you're talking about?
Yeah. Bruce, drop A, like, on a standard guitar, the 2nd string is A.
Yeah.
Well, when you go drop A, the E string is A, but an octave below.
So the top string. Sorry, I'm learning something here as well.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's talk about the about the band here, Bad Rescue. Are you guys, when you're writing, I don't know how to phrase this, but I guess when you were writing this record, how did the world conditions affect what you were writing as opposed to in the past? Does that make sense?
I'm not sure that I understand. Okay, Can you try
So,
to
like, did the pandemic and all the closures and all that kind of stuff influence the writing of the record?
Thank you. It's been a long day and I'm wacky, but
Yeah, yeah, probably. I don't know what to answer exactly because the band is my brother and I, right? And we're doing music since we met each other, so since like 40 years, and we're always doing music. We're recording a lot of albums for many bands, many metal bands like Lysanxia, One Way Mirror, and Phase One. We never stopped doing music. It's true, during the pandemic, we started to think about what we can do, because for us the live show would be quite complicated. So let's try to do something different. Let's try to make music for movies. And we imagine ourselves like doing like kind of scenarios, and we just created the music on the stories. And after we're doing the video on ourselves with with what we got as material and everything. So I think it's cool, and maybe the pandemic play on it. But if the pandemic never happened, this band will happen for sure.
Right. When you say you're writing your songs after stories, are they stories that you guys are creating, or are they stories that are well known that you're reinterpreting into your music?
No, it's a story we're creating. We never write any book or doing any movies, but we are really bad to do that. But okay, let's imagine. Okay, we think about something and rewrite a kind of a very small story, which are the lyrics, and after that we make the songs.
Interesting.
So, being a French metal band, like for us in the rest of the world, we don't really know any French metal bands except for one.
Oh, hold on.
Which, in my opinion,
what about Trust? Did we lose him?
Who?
Trust, right?
Trust.
I don't know them.
Weren't they a French metal band?
You never heard about Anthrax? Yeah, no. Exactly.
Trust was a French metal band from, I don't know what, the early 80s, mid 80s?
Yeah, early 80s. They had sold a lot of albums.
Yeah.
Lots.
I feel guilty because I don't know them. I'll have to look.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
you're too young for that.
But like Gojira, to me, when I heard them the first time, I was like, holy shit. I'd never heard anything so amazing in my life, and they became like my favorite band. But then I went looking for French metal bands. I just didn't find any more. So what's it like being in a metal band in France? Like, am I missing the fact that is there a huge metal scene in France? Is there no metal scene? What's it like?
It's getting bigger and bigger for sure. It's what I say every year for like more than 20 years. Yeah, the metal scene is quite impressive. Let's say that it's because we got the Hellfest, which is one of the biggest. It's actually the biggest European metal festival, and one of the biggest in the world too. So it's really amazing, and it's like 40 minutes from my house.
Oh my God!
It's on my bucket list.
Cool. It's really cool. We have to sleep on the parking lot. You know why?
Right.
But anyway, this festival brings opportunity for small bands, French bands, to play there. And when you arrive and you play, even if it's 10 o'clock, you play in front of 30,000 people. So everybody wants to play there. The festival is really cool. There is a really good image. So we don't talk about metal music on the mainstream media, like the mass media and everything, but the Hellfest is bigger than anything else. So
right.
It gave a really good image, and it keep going. So now that we got a lot of very good bands, and a lot of good bands playing in US, Japan, everywhere in the world.
Right.
That's very cool. So, like, are you guys have plans to play Hellfest?
With Bad Rescue, you mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure we're gonna do any shows. So far, it's like kind of a studio project and a video project, music project. for the show we will see later, because it costs a lot of money. You need a technician, you need to have an idea more than taking guitars and go on stage for this kind of music. But we already played at the Hellfest 3 times with one of our other band.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sweet.
I did not know you were in another band.
Yeah, I did not either.
Yeah.
Imagine if he goes, I'm in Trust.
I'm in Gojira. So if you guys are not taking it on the road, is this like a thing where you're constantly writing then and constantly creating videos and that sort of thing?
Can you repeat, please? I got a problem.
Yeah. So since this is not, you're not preparing for shows or doing any of that stuff, is this a project where you guys are constantly writing and constantly creating videos?
Yeah, exactly. We actually recorded 5 songs so far. It's already mixed, and the master is done too. And we're going to release the new video on the 14th of January from Rights. And it's a little bit more professional than the Battering Rain. And we're already shooting the 3rd video, and we're thinking about the number 4 too, which is really cool. So we're going to stop working. It's actually it's a full-time job so far.
Nice.
It's amazing. Because you said you're in Paris, just outside Paris?
Yeah, just 2 hours away from Paris.
Okay. So you guys probably have quite a bit of downtime right now then. So you can spend a lot of time working on the music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We never stop working.
Never. That's awesome.
Is Paris on lockdown at the moment?
I don't know. Yeah,
no, Paris won't go. There'll be no more lockdowns because their vax rates are pretty high. But I know that they just put in a mask mandate for outside even in Paris.
I'm not sure we're going to have any lockdown. So you just cannot drink at the bar. You have to be seated. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Crazy.
It is.
The world is so crazy. Everyone's doing something different, and even within the same countries, they're doing things different. And then even within the same provinces or states, they're doing it different.
Yes,
it's
crazy.
It's so random.
Yeah.
Like I live in North Virginia, and I can drive 30 minutes and hit 3 different areas, and they're all doing something totally different.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's like the Wild West. There's really no standardization at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's blown away.
He's like, really? That's bullshit.
Are there shows in Paris or in France at this time, or are there no shows at all?
So show can happen. So in a very big venue, it has to be less than 2,000 people, and people have to be seated. So you cannot be stand up, and the bar are closed in the venues.
That's interesting, because I just went to maybe 3 weeks ago, Chris. I went to see Yngwie, the guitarist, and it was, I don't know, a regular venue, no restrictions. I mean, they checked your COVID vaccine going in, your card, but they didn't enforce masks. They didn't enforce. There was a pit. Everybody was just pushed up against each other. I mean, it was just. Oh, I was totally amazed. They took the time. They took the time to check your vaccine card, and then after that, they were like, "Well, fuck it, you're on your own."
All right. It's not the same here. People try to take care, but of course there is kind of free party somewhere. But
sure.
But the official venues is quite complicated. Many shows are canceled.
Yeah.
And postponed, cancel.
Yeah.
It's such a weird time to be alive. What a weird time to be a musician, really.
Yeah, we have to see it totally differently. That's it. We have to say that it's like at the very beginning of the lockdown, I cannot move from my house, and my brother cannot move from the studio, so we have to talk by Zoom or by WhatsApp. We make music differently. You don't have the same energy, so you have to think differently. That's it. It's let's say that in 10 years we're gonna say it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of had to reinvent yourself, right, or reapproach it a different way, because you can't be in the same room banging stuff.
So we I can't remember the band that we interviewed from Italy. The singer, I can't remember his name. Great band. Oh God, it's off the Anyways, he was one of the first musicians we talked to where he said that the pandemic was the best thing that ever happened to him creatively, because he was able to just sit at home and work and get the job that he wanted to do done without having to worry about all of the press and all of the shows and the touring and then family life and all this. He could just focus on creativity. And I wonder, do you feel even partially like that?
I think it's it's like we're living in a Hollywood movie, you know.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, so far I don't really realize. Maybe when my daughter will be big, when I will explain her, it will be kind of really strange for me. The big thing I know is we cannot move from our place. We cannot travel. We cannot go to other country. That's the worst thing can happen to me. And it's like, okay, we stay here, and even going to the beach can be really complicated. So that's the worst thing. But after, for the family project, for the enjoying life, and for Netflix, it's cool. That's it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's an interesting time to be alive, and it's almost like a global trauma, really. The whole world is going through it. Like, even in the U.S., where the government is basically just shit the bed on every bit of this completely. just to be honest, like, if there was a bed to be shit, the United States has filled it up 4 times already in their response to this pandemic. But, like, there's a global trauma going around because there's still a lot of people that believe in science and how it can affect them, and they know people who have died. Like, everyone in the U.S., I would say almost everyone, knows someone who's had it and been severely injured and or died.
Right.
And many people know multiple people that way. So, I mean, we're almost at 900,000 deaths in the U.S. now, I think. So there's like this global trauma happening, and it comes from both sides. Some people are really afraid of the health outcomes. Some people are really afraid from financial outcomes. Some people are afraid of the freedom outcomes. Some people are afraid of government overreach. Some people are afraid. There's all of this fear surrounding what's happening. And it's not just about the virus, but it's about the outcome of what's happening.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So how do we get through this? What do you think? How do we as an artistic community get through this?
If you drink a lot, it's cool. It can solve some problems.
Yeah, I've done that.
Just hope for a better life soon, and don't think too much about the gig can happen. Just do your life and keep going, doing music, doing photography, doing painting, doing reading story. I don't know, do something. Just don't spend your time on Facebook watching the fake news and
thank you.
And think that you're gonna die, because even if this virus is really dangerous, we can still breathing, you know.
Yeah.
The life should be really important for the kids, you know, for all our kids. So we have to stay positive for the youth.
And I think there's no better time than to dive into all that creativity and to read that book and to, you know, find that new band, or it definitely, it gives you the time to discover new stuff and to connect with new stuff and just, you know, get away from, like you said, the turning off that news, fake, real, whatever it is.
Yeah. You know, in France, a lot of people start cooking for real. And I'm really happy about it, because before people they used to buy like shitty stuff in the supermarket, and during the pandemic, during the lockdown, they realized that maybe it's cool to buy real food and start cooking for real. Yeah. So there is few positive things about it. So just keep it in mind and say that human people are better than what we expected.
Yeah, it's true. You know, out of all of this, like in the media and stuff, you see so much negativity about this or about that. But in reality, everyone that I've met personally going through the pandemic? Well, except for one or two. Most people have been pretty positive about it, you know?
Yeah. It's the thing is try to stay positive even if it's really, really complicated. I get that. Just try to be positive. And if you're alone, if someone is alone, now everybody got a cell phone, so you can call someone. You can Skype or Zoom someone. So so stay connected with real people.
Back to the music. Where do we find your band?
And streaming network.
You want to give us your social addresses?
Yeah, it's the Bad Rescue, and I think you can find on if you have a look on Apple Music, Spotify, and everything. If you click on Bad Rescue, you're gonna find something for sure. It's called Battering Rain, and the new single is it will come really soon. So you didn't have the link of the new video?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, did you watch it?
Oh,
Yes.
no, we don't have the link to the new video.
Hold on.
All
maybe,
right.
Maybe
No, not the new video.
I'm trying to think what I had. But hold on. I can tell you.
I didn't get it.
And I would have always sent and prepped perfectly.
Yeah,
so
we usually try to give... Yeah, we always try to give the bands the ability to promote themselves. So, like, here's our website, here's our YouTube,
I think if you go on the thebadrescue.com, let me check. I think it's this one. I forget. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's Bad Rescue. You can find if you click normally you can find because there's not. I think that we are the only one band called Bad Rescue.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's a miracle in itself, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you start a band and you're looking for a band name,
You're like, oh my God, I have the perfect name.
It's more complicated than creating a song.
Yes.
I have the perfect name. And then you look it up and there's 20 other bands with the same name. You're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that. I created a personal project called Enemy of the People. And when I Googled it originally, there was no band. So I bought the domain. I bought everything. By the time I released my first single, I was getting contacted by a band's label. Hey,
Wait, really?
up. You're taking up you're on our Spotify for some reason. I'm like, oh God. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, well, at least I own the domain.
Nice. Did they try and buy it from you?
No, it's some indie label out of the UK.
Oh.
But they do like I do like metal, and they're doing like psychedelic college rock.
Oh,
It's just like, oh no. So like my song Kids in Cages goes up and it's up against their psychedelic college rock. It was pretty funny.
That's funny. That is funny. Well, that's all I've got, man. I don't know if I missed anything you want to cover.
No, I'm good.
Did I miss anything there? No, we're good.
yeah. Thank you very much for your time. Really interesting question.
Thank you. We try and keep it a little bit different, a little bit out of the ordinary, so we don't ask where the name came from or that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you can get that anywhere.
This is a podcast about getting to know the artist. It's not so much about like, all the bullshit that everyone else asks you 24 hours a day.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got it, man.
All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Hey, thank you, my friend. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too.
Be well.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. the only podcast you crank up to 11.